You know, in a city the size of New York, you think of all this centralized planning. It's the DOT that's deciding where to put in, you know, car lanes, bike lanes, train tracks, whatever it is. But what's the role for like local neighborhood and communities to be involved in the planning process, and what's the need? What can we accomplish in the Bronx by working on transportation issues?
Yeah, so I'm a volunteer activist with the Bronx Uptown Transportation Alternatives Activist Committee, and we work with just residents of the Bronx and Uptown Manhattan, and everyone's a volunteer. We work with folks who have ideas about how to improve the streets in their own neighborhoods. The Washington Bridge, for example, was something that I really cared about, and we got that done. We've been working on expanding the protected bike lanes along the Grand Concourse further north and south of where it is now. And then with, congestion pricing that's happening, we want to make sure that there are no unintended consequences that folks in the Bronx suffer. Bronx is ranked 62 of all the counties in New York State in terms of poor health outcomes. So we want to make sure that the benefits of the money that comes out of congestion pricing benefits folks in the Bronx who are often hit the hardest with a lot of these infrastructure projects.
Well, absolutely. I mean, ever since we had Robert Moses, we had neighborhoods being just cut through and these giant traffic sewers being installed so people could go into the city from the suburbs, get their well-paying jobs and drive back out. And really it was the people of the Bronx who were suffering. Thankfully, we're past that era. But, now that we've got congestion pricing, I am curious, is there anyone venturing even guesses or speculation about whether it's having any effect? Is there a park and ride effect, as they used to call it, anything like that?
Anecdotally, I haven't experienced that. I think the Cross-Bronx corridor is a lot of business as usual. It hasn't really gotten better. It hasn't really gotten worse. We really have to look at long-term data. But we want to keep an eye on all the folks who are in leadership to make sure that, for example, the Hunts Point area trucks get converted to electric, greener vehicles. We want to make sure that there isn't more pollution happening in the Bronx.
Okay. It sounds like you're paying attention to just the right things.
Yeah.